Hello folks, welcome back to this thing I'm doing where I'm going to be making a historic Brawl deck for every single legendary creature in Streets of New Capenna. Today's is Queza, Augur of Agonies. Queza is a 4-drop, 1 black, 1 blue, 1 white, 1 colorless. Her effect is fairly straightforward. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. She's a 3/4. And I've had a little bit of a difficulty actually making a deck with her that worked out well. First, I sort of went with the same things I did for Rafine and some of the other Brawlier commanders. That didn't really work out. Then I tried Torlez, and it turned out that basically I'd made a deck that would just have been better with Torlez as a commander. And so finally I've settled on what I have here, which is basically Death and Taxes. We've got a lot of small enchantments to sort of block things down and prevent stuff from coming in quickly, prevent things from coming in from the graveyard, combined with a fair amount of counter spells. Shari Disruption makes a spear memory loss, into a few bigger cards, and then a few bombs, a decent amount of board wipes, but mostly our bombs are things like Jin-Gitaxias and the rest of this. And that's basically the deck in a nutshell. I know there's more others. I've tried a few other things with these decks. None of them have worked out very well, so this is what we're going to be running. I'm also going to see if starting the stream without any, lead-in or intro leads to people actually watching it. So we're going to cut this down. We'll just go into a few games with this. I'll talk about the deck, the general strategy. I guess I might as well talk about the decks that I tried that sort of failed with this. So I tried a few more aggro, cheap creatures decks earlier on, and what I found is that Queza doesn't actually come out and do very much as a card. She's not something that comes out and does something immediately. It's a nice effect, but as a commander, the biggest thing about her is giving you access to colors. Now, I know there are some other neat little... Let's see, who are we playing against? Probably red, white, aggro. We only have access to 2 of our colors. We can't play most of these. Let's mulligan. This is better. Keep. Shipwreck Marsh. Turn 1 irrigated farmland. So there's combos you can do like Dawn of Hope, right? Where you pay life to draw a card, and then you draw a card, which means you gain life, which means you can pay life to draw a card. But do we care more? So what do I care more about? Getting out Dawn of Hope really quickly, or getting out a better mana base? Better mana base. And then Asmodeus isn't here. I should probably cut him because it turns out his effect doesn't actually count as drawing, and as a result is not really as hopeful as I had been dreaming of. But we'll get out Dawn of Hope, and we'll see what we can do here. Sorry, ears just bothering me a bit. Exile top 3 cards, choose one of them until the end of your next turn. You can play it. Yeah. But man, what does he get? You got a Plains, you got Elspeth, Concert, Death, you got Silver. Wow, that's complete garbage for him. He's really gonna take the Plains, huh? Celestis, yep, there's your ramp. He doesn't play that person for 2 more turns. Let's see if we can keep Queza out for a little bit. No, we cannot. Move your commander to the command zone. Yes, I will. I think we're going to go for trying to get out Asmodeus next, just as a big threatening bomb that he will have to respond to. We can play Asmodeus next turn if we do this turn. I'll leave that there. Ashes of the Abhorrent. I probably should have kept a counterspell, but whatever. What? So I'm not sure if this deck is like... I thought this was going to be aggro, but I've clearly misread that. It's starting to look like this might be more of a control-y red-white. Maybe red-white planeswalkers, just given who his commander is. Enchantment creatures? I have no idea how to read this deck. We'll take the Jawari Disruption. I guess we could wait a couple turns and then do this, but I'd rather just... Asmodeus can bring a lot of heat on himself, but he's personally, in my opinion, not all that fantastic a card. So I'm hoping that playing him will force some sort of response or removal. So either he doesn't have one, or he wanted to go grab something else. Fox, dog, Elspeth Consor's death, of course. At least he doesn't have any good targets for bringing back from the grave with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll wait. Yeah, this is okay. I'm pretty sure this is Planeswalker. And if that's the case, there's no real point in playing you early. No real point in playing you yet either. I may as well play this. Who'd be the most annoying? He's in red-white. Chandra. Which one is the big? Awakened Inferno, Acolyte of Flame, Bull Pyromancer. I think it's this one, because I could be dead wrong. We'll just roll with it. Let's see. Non-creature spells, cast 2 more or less. Oh no. I still have enough to cast Rewind though. Oh, you're actually kind of a pain in the butt. Oh, I probably should have done this in the opposite order if I wanted to use. Okay, so I did read the deck type right then on the second guess. I got it wrong on the first one though. I don't think we actually can Rivers Rebuke him this turn. Tybalt's going to be a problem. A much bigger one than I thought it was going to be. Do I need 8? I think so. I think next turn we have to rewind though. Oh goody, who's gonna go grab? Oh, it has to be Cemetery Protector. I can't stop you from doing that. What? What? I must have misread this deck again. Why would you grab... Is his hand just completely dead? I could draw 2 cards. Bolt's a pain in the butt. Maybe I should have blocked Mala just because I'm going to return most stuff back to his hand in a second anyway. Oh, yep, there we go. That's what we've been looking for. Go away, do not come back, please. I will let you have 2 more cards because I don't really have a good choice. Weirdly enough, I think Tybalt is the biggest problem here. Though you're, never mind, you're going to become it if I let you have it. No, I'm not going to. This is not looking good for us. Again, my nose is very stuffy, which is not looking great for the quality of the audio on this stream. He'll play Spirited Companion, grab another card. Let's see what he decides to put out. He'll probably put out Tybalt and Sarkhan again, and I don't have a great answer to either of those. As long as Tybalt's out, I'm just... Oh. It changes things slightly. I will have to give you that next to combat. Maybe I should add Celestis to this. Celestis might not be a bad... Might not be bad as a mana dork. We'll see. It's kind of an interesting deck he has. Yep, he's throwing away Farewell, so he's very confident that he doesn't need... He's thrown away a lot of his board wipes. He's very confident that he has enough juice to outrun me. I think we have to save Dovin's Widow for Tybalt, because otherwise we just don't have any way to stay in this game. Like, it's unfortunate, and now he can go get Luca or get somebody more valuable, but we're at 12 life. We need Dawn of Hope and Ashes of the Abhorrent and stuff like that to be able to get us some value, so we can actually get back into this. Though a hard board wipe might be useful as well. This might have been the wrong call. I should probably just go with Myla, but resolve. He's getting a lot of cards off Celestis. That is kind of a good mana dork. I don't have any of my... Decline. Let's think about this for a second. If he plays a spell, I can rewind it, untap 4 less, and then commence the... No... I'll probably end up regretting this, but we will... We'll auto-pay. He only has 3 cards left. Let's play the commander again. We gotta force him to keep burning his removal, and I know that he's already thrown away a non-zero amount. Why did you throw away Amiria's Call? That's not good. That means you have something better than 2 4/4 flyers in your hand. Maybe it's just too expensive, and he feels like if he leaves, he has to leave mana open to get around my counter spells. So what I would... Well... The issue is that the second I put this on the stack, he'll probably try to blow this lady up. And I don't want him to do that. But... Creature dies... I wonder how good Curse of Silence is in Standard. It's gotta be kind of decent, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's kind of too niche for a 1-drop. Reconstruct History. That's a lot of stuff you just got back. What is that card? 1/1/1. Great. Well, we got 1 life. God, what? Yep, I should have just held for... That just gave him so much juice. I'm going to make a couple tweaks to this deck after this round, I think. I can think of at least 1 or 2 things I want to change. Sarkhan the Masterless, aka we're all dragons now. He has lethal in his hand next turn. Do I have any cheap way of drawing cards that gets me out of lethal? All of my board wipes are 4 to 6 drops, so playing Commence the End Game won't do much. That's 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. That's lethal. Come on, board wipe. Well, would you look at that? Goodbye. Except it doesn't hit planeswalkers. But hey, I've got 1 more turn. There's no way I'm playing that, so may as well take the extra land drop. I don't think I can make this loud. Oh, he's got lethal. He's got lethal anyway. Does he? Or is he 1 off? No, he's got lethal. Just, dude, you have lethal. Just play. Oh, no, wait. I just exiled your entire graveyard. Oops. Never mind. So, unless I draw something that lets me... No matter what I draw, I think I'm kind of out of this. I don't think I have an answer. Even that's not true. If he plays everything onto the board and I drew a board wipe, there was still hope. Well, may as well just use the special tactics of random bullshit go. Come on, Ominous Traveler. Fetch me something that will somehow get me out of this. Well, that's got flying. Oh, but it's a 3-drop. Nah, you know what? We'll play it out. We're gonna play it out. We don't quit here. Ominous Traveler, go. I don't have access to green. That is everything, though. And even if it wasn't, like... Even if we could block both. Oh, I'm taking your commander to the grave with me. Oh, all right, we got dunked. Okay, I want to go tweak 1 or 2 things. Let's go replace. Sorry about the random ambulance in the background. I live directly next to a police and fire station, so there's usually a lot of that. All right, so I've been thinking about cutting Asmodeus, and that game I think sort of proved that that's the right choice. Let's go grab, instead of him, I want... What are you called? It's a 3-drop. It lets you spend mana as any color. It's an artifact. Is it just Lantern? Chromatic Lantern. And... let's see. Dawn of Hope, Ashes of the Abhorrent. I think some of that I think a non-zero portion, that is me just piloting wrong. Because I saw that his early game was was pretty lacking. Wait, nope, that's not what we want, because that's not actually using the right version of this deck. Because I cloned it earlier by mistake. So we want the version we just updated, which is 240, or 340. Let's just make sure that this has Chromatic Lantern. I should just delete the other one. Alright, Chromatic Lantern, yes, let's go. Oh, except for some reason that brings me into a different menu when I leave the other menu. Historic Brawl. I think the arena, they're doing the, what is it, the arena open tomorrow? Yes. Yep, I've made 340 decks. I don't know why all your comments showed up at once, but I appreciate you stopping by. Let's see. This is all 3 colors. We'll keep. Gonna crack that. We'll play you last. We have a 2-drop. I'll play you first. No, I'll play you second, because then I still might be able to get, what's it gonna be? Spells cost less for each target, cost 1 more for each target. Let's go with Hall of the Storm Giants, because we can get it in untapped this turn. We have access to make disappear. So we have a bunch of decent control spells. We've only got 1 cheap counter spell. I probably still want to play it on the first thing he tries to get out, just so that he doesn't get it out for free. Yep. Nope. I want to conserve as much life as possible here, and we still have Dovin's Veto. So. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I misplayed that. I misplayed that real bad. Okay, we've got 1 black source, 3 blue sources, 1 white source. We need 2 white sources for any board wipes. So let's crack that guy out. Come on, don't board map me this turn. So the thing I don't love about this card is that if you play it before like turn 6 where you have counter spells or some form of the way to protect it, it just gets instantly removed. Yes, I would like it back in the command zone where it will actually do something for the rest of the game. I'm just even about to regret that choice heavily. I guess our counterspell only works on non-creatures. So if he plays Hinata, he can still just play a counterspell, and I'm still hosed. We have access to Fumigate, but we don't have the land for it yet. We'll just hold. Alright, that's kind of what I figured. Counter target non-creature spell. Why did that just tap 3 mana? Oh! Oh no, that's just cursed. Interesting. Okay. So, all of my untargeted spells are going to cost a lot more to use. I don't think this is... That's all, though, right? So that can't be a targeting cost. Bottom of the deck. I will say I'm excited to see what this deck does. I have not played against it before. Unless it's Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers are just boring and nobody likes them. Maybe I should have given this guy lifelink before. You got that. Draw 2 cards, then amass X. Sure, why not? Can't be countered. We'll get a 6/6 zombie. He'll have to deal with that. We'll get a land drop for the turn. And now we have 7 mana. Which is, I think this is where Hall of the Storm Giants is about to come into play. Well, in the turn. He has a lot of stuff to enable him to cast spells, but he doesn't have anything to actually cast spells yet. Man, I really hosed myself when I didn't play that land properly earlier. Let's think about this. So if I was him, I'm holding 2 spells. I don't actually have any counters, but let's see how this is going to go. Is that targeting? Okay. Now what? Is there a 4-drop I really want to get off? That actually just forces him to waste that. He's now out of counter spells. He can return it to by hand, but he'll have to give up Teferi to do that. I hate this card. It's still dumb, even after being nerfed. I think he'll counter this if he has it. If he doesn't, I'll just give this lifelink before I punch him. he'll have to either use the counter spell here, play the... Actually, yeah, no, even if he gives it protection, he'd have to give it protection from 2 colors. This is going poorly. Because now I'll use Teferi to return Magic Mirror to my hands, and just... I really messed up with letting him have the Chromatic Lantern. This is just a bad day to be me. This is the first sort of person I hate to play against, because he's not actually going to try to win until he can absolutely crush me. Or maybe I'm lucky. Maybe he actually is just going to go for the throat, instead of playing like an obnoxious little shit. Alright, let's see. You countered this last time. Will you counter it again? He probably has to, right? What else would he have in his hand? Let's make you... I'm going to make you use your counter spells. If I'm going to die, it's going to be as painful as feasibly possible for you. I don't love her as a commander. He's got lethal. If he misses lethal, I'm conceding. Because he has lethal in Hall of Storm Giants. And you can't count. Goodbye. If I seem aggravated by playing this deck, it's because I am. I don't really like this card as a commander. Oh, alright, in other news, Discord has party mode on now, which you can use confetti. Alright, we have an early game counterspell, a board wipe, a card that I'm never going to play, and an early drop. Let's keep. Temple of Deceit, sure. Playing against Alchemist the Dragon's Lash, for anybody who hasn't seen her. Her gimmick is basically whenever you attack with a creature with haste, you create a tapped treasure token. So you can't spend it that turn, but you can generate a lot of treasure tokens really quick. You're not land, but you are useful. I'm going to keep you there. Turn 2 will probably be Ominous Traveler. We'll dig for... Actually, we won't dig for a turn 3 play. Because our turn 3 play is going to hopefully be Bar the Gate. But let's go see what we can get. The right choice here, I think, is the Dominating Vampire. Control target with mana value equal to or less than the number of vampires you control on a turn until the creature gains haste. So we probably actually can't use Dominating Vampire to grab anything, but hey, it's still a 3/3 for 3. I was wrong. Castle Vantress or Bright Climb? I would rather, let's go grab a source of white. And we have a 4-drop. No tax and turn. We have bar the gate. Hopefully he's just going to go for face. Come on, do it. Do it, you won't. Into the dungeon! We don't have super, so we'll do Lost Mines, because we don't have too many sources of dungeon delving. Scry, you're not a land. Are you going to be relevant? Yes, actually. We're going to keep you up here. Wish we had a way to sack other stuff. Whatever. Yeah. Oh, it's mana value, not power and toughness. Whoops. Yep, I got that wrong. So hopefully he doesn't have... He's missing... He needs one more red or black. That's kind of the neat thing about these mid-tier ones, is that you can cast them with just about anything. So you can build around their primary color, but then the other colors can still aid for it, which means they're just... As compared to this, which is like, no, it must be exactly what is required. Ooh, he foretold something. What does green and red have in foretell? I have no idea. I have zero idea what green and red gets access to in that color. What do we want to do next? Ominous Traveler, Dawn of Hope, or Save the Rewind? If he had the land, he would have committed it. So he doesn't have the land yet. And he's not playing anything else. He chose to foretell, so it has to be something that drops down to like 3. Or he's just trying to spend mana to spend mana. What do I like more here? Oh! Well, that's a victory. Is it a victory because the red aggro deck did not red aggro? Yes, but it still counts when we take these because it's been a very long day and not a particularly good one. Alright, so I think we're going to try to do 1 or 2 more games, and then we're going to call it a night. Just brick opponent's hand. Yep, yeah, that's my secret technique. I'm always making them mana screwed. Alright, we have 3, we have a bunch of 2-drops. Let's keep. It's Rafine. Alright, so I need to be able to block on turn 3. Which means let's do Temple of Enlightenment, turn 1. You're a 6-drop. You're not relevant yet. Bottom of the deck. Is this going to be, yep, Rafine aggro. Well, let's see what he has. Massacre Worm, Thoughtseize. So he does have some bombs. I have a lot of counterspells for 2. But I don't want Rafine out. So we'll play Skybridge Towers here. We'll pay 2 to have Godless Shrine enter untapped next turn. That's fine. You're not a big problem yet. You'll become a problem if you stay on the board long enough, but hopefully we don't get to that point. Okay, so let's just pay 2 life to get that out. And then, so we can saw it coming if he goes for Rafine. Nope, not happening this turn. Alright. No 3 cards. I don't really want him to have... I don't really want you to have free board presence, so go away. I'm also curious why he seems to be self-milling. So this might be a Reanimator deck. Plains, Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. I'm a moron. Why do I keep doing this to myself? was like, hey, I'll stop him from playing his commander by playing my card that makes it so that all my counterspells cost more, so now I can't counterspell him anymore. Brilliant. I'm just so smart. Smarty, smart, smart. I'm surprised he didn't go in with 2, though. He would have been able to kill me. Well, not kill me, but he would have been able to break. So this has got to be Reanimator. There's no reason he'd be deliberately tossing that. What are you? Champion of Wits. You do discard 2 cards. Oh, you're neat. Alright, no attacks. Just to flex on your opponent. This deck is not my favorite deck I've made for this challenge. It's not my least favorite deck because it's not Lagrella. I hate Lagrella. She's a terrible card. But it isn't my favorite by any means. Wow, for once somebody used Fateful Absence not on my commander. So is this just required now? Destroy target creature or planeswalker its controller investigates. I wonder if that's just a staple that you use now. Target creature gains indestructible. Interesting. Yeah, I might have to craft that. Let's go grab another card. Come on, land. Not a land. Still kind of good, but not a land. I guess there's no reason to not punch him in the face. So is it? It is just destroy. So it's single target, but what? Why did? All right. Well. So if I can actually get, oh, for some reason I could have sworn I drew Heliod, not Daxos. Each opponent sacrifices a planeswalker. Goodbye, Daxos. We knew you for all of 15 seconds. Alright, I need one more land. I actually have all the white for once in order to actually wipe the board, but Connive is a hell of a drug. It's interesting as a mechanic because it doesn't actually get you card advantage, but it does just absolutely let you burn through your deck. So has he seen... We haven't seen anything that lets him bring stuff back yet, but I've got to assume that that's what he's going to be going for at some point. I'm going to have to discard a card at the start of the next turn. Let's play Tithe Taker. Let's play Dawn of Hope. And we'll get rid of Planar Cleansing. We just don't have the mana for it, and there's no sense holding it if we can't even play it. Though this might give me a chance to show off one of the few small, not very useful, but at least mildly amusing combos that does exist in this deck. Or not. Target creature or planeswalker from my graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Oh, so he's probably going to go... Okay, that's how he's going to go grab his stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to let you do that. Back it goes. And down it goes. I don't really want you to have Ranger, Captain of Eos, or Thief of Sanity, or actually any of these things in your graveyard back. But I would also love it if I would draw a 5th land. How are we doing on... Just want to check something real quick. Alright. You're not a land. Next turn he can attack for 2, buff to 2, which makes it a 6. Can't do anything about it that way. May as well just do this. But I can't. Yeah, I must build that on a. You must place that on a Vespene Geyser. I don't think he has lethal next turn. I think he has lethal in one more turn though. You may draw a pouch. Cards equal to its power. So discard 2 cards. Well, he tapped himself out for that on the bright side. And we'll be able to Doomscar and wipe the board. Now, the downside is we'll be sitting at 1 life, but, you know. But we won't be dead. Just 90% of the way there. Statistically speaking, 95% of the way there, right? 100 divided by 20 is 5, which means each is 5%, which means 19 is 95%. Or he might just not go for it. I kind of thought he would swing with both and just go to end me. No. Boo. Alright. Literally can't do anything. No, wait. We haven't lost yet. Actually, so you start this mode with 25 life. So each one is 4%. So we're 92% of the way there to death, I think, right? That sounds about right. If he doesn't actually play anything we haven't lost yet, we'll end the turn at 1 life. Still doesn't kill me. I have to let it resolve. He swings with everything. Oh no, he has lethal if he's clever. But he has to be clever. Dude, just swing with everything. I don't have another clever out. This is it. So now we just have to hope that not only does the blue-white deck, blue-black-white deck, not have a counterspell in his 5-card hand. We have to hope that he's about to not think very hard about what's about to happen. So if he doesn't have a counterspell, and we draw a land, then we can wipe the board. In every other situation, we lose. Because I'm just dead out of... And we draw a land that doesn't make us pay 3 life to play it. Alright. I should have been more specific with what I wanted. Well, do one more game and then we'll call it a day. And then I will never play this deck again. Nothing here requires more than one except for Brawl. Yes. Enters taps. Turn 2, we'll Queza the Frost Dragon. This cycle of cards is just really good. They're the D&D set cards that can all turn into various lands. Essence Scatter, get out. And you can. I've been on the receiving end of people getting a lot of value out of them enough times that I finally said, if you can't beat them, join them, and just now they go in pretty much all my decks. All right. Goodbye. Yet again, the answer is no. Alright, this is actually shaping up to be less garbage so far. We don't have any more counter spells, but we do have a... What do you do, Professional Facebreaker? Create tons of treasure tokens. That's going to be a little annoying. So hopefully the rest of his deck is just token production, because then we can start doing funny things. Oh, that's got Menace. That's not good for me. Do we break out the Baral's expertise here? I don't think we do yet. I think we hold it. And we wait. Because we want him to actually make a bunch of... What I want is for him to make a bunch of tokens. Because... if he has to do that, then... Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even if I lose the cave, I will still have enough for farewell. Now we hope that he doesn't... Hey! Wait. No? Yes, no, maybe so? I just don't want to lose the cave. Those are dogs that are 3/1s with vigilance. Do I get rid of them all now, or do I think I have to? I don't particularly care about my graveyard. Does he care about his graveyard? Maybe a little bit. I want to keep enchantments. Exile all creatures. Exile all graveyards. Oh, he's just going to play it again. Alright. Okay. I'll hold for now. He's got four in hand. If I'm lucky, he commits to something like Starnham Uprising. But I'm going to have to let that resolve. Oh, that gives it first strike, though. I'm kind of sapping him down, though. He's got to be careful how many tokens he generates. he doesn't have a way to actually get life back, then this could go ugly for him. On the other hand, he's in the colors to be playing Risk the Redeemed. Let's see. Hey, that's useful. Is that what we want to do this turn? I think it is. There's no point. I don't see much purpose in bluffing. We may as well just let him. Hey, all right. So 2-3, 2 wins, 5 games. Not great. Not the best performance we've had with any of these decks, but that is where we will be wrapping this up for tonight. Thank you anybody who stopped by to watch. If you want to see some of the better decks, there's other videos on the channel. I don't know if anybody will actually watch the video this long that isn't Kyle, so thank you for stopping by, Kyle. You're appreciated as a person. And that'll be the end of the stream. Thanks for watching. And also, lick the subscribe button. If you have any, actually, so this part's not sarcastic. If you have feedback or have cards that you'd like me to see me do decks for next, I'm not doing these in any particular order, so please just feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. I'm also still trying to fix this mic volume, so let me know if it's sounding any better, or if it still sounds like I'm contacting you from the bottom of the deep sea, and my nose is filled with nothing but, like, I'm super sick. It's nothing but mucus everywhere.